Good afternoon. As we come on the air, we are tracking the chance for severe weather on the eastern plains. Here's a live look at the radar. You can see it moving, and we know it takes a little time to get going.
Yeah, it is the afternoon, though, so it is starting. Let's take a live look up in Greeley. Clouds starting to roll in. The eastern plains, the northeastern part of the state, expected to see a volatile afternoon and evening. Thanks for joining us here at 4 o'clock. I'm Tom Green.
And I'm Kim Christensen. We have team coverage of the severe weather coming our way. Kathy is tracking where the storms are headed, but we want to start with meteorologist Corey Reppenhagen, who's out in his element. And Corey, I think you're north of Bennett, right?
Yeah, Adams County, just north of Bennett. Been keeping an eye on the first two developing storms. Pretty strong storms right there on the east side of the metro. The one right behind me just rolled across Denver International Airport. Probably not large hail, but they probably got hit with some dime-sized, nickel-sized hail there. And I'm watching another storm down to the south here in Parker. They're just getting going, and these storms, believe it or not, are going to be the same storms that will march all the way across the entire eastern plains into Nebraska tonight because of an ingredient called wind shear. And that is the one thing that has us concerned today, because when there's wind shear, that ventilates the storms, and when there's proper ventilation in a thunderstorm, it can just build and last as long as it can until the cold air shuts it off. So we'll be watching those. We may get a watch here issued shortly, maybe a tornado watch because of the ingredients that we have. Real quick, let me just show you these storms out here. This is the one from Denver International Airport, just went across Denver International Airport. You can see the rain and the hail over here. And then there's this updraft base right here. And that is the base that's going to keep clear and ventilated probably for several hours. So this will be the same thunderstorm that we'll likely track all the way down. And then there's another storm down here towards the Parker area moving through the Southlands right now. But these thunderstorms are the same storms that we'll be watching the entire day. So it's one of those days that's interesting. If you live on the eastern plains, you can actually watch the storms head right to you, because these are the same storms that will be marching all the way across the eastern plains. So Kathy, we definitely have to stay weather aware today, all the way from the edge of the metro all the way to the edge of the state.
And Corey, I think as you and I were talking about as well, the potential for isolated supercells going late into the night, that nocturnal convection can be extremely dangerous.
Yeah, totally expect to be following these storms after dark, and they may get the strongest right before dark and last just past sunset. So we really got to stay on these today, and everybody out there on the eastern plains need to stay really keep your eye on that radar, because these storms are going to mean business today.
All right, Corey, you stay safe out there. You're boots on the ground out there, and we'll be checking in with you throughout this newscast. So far, the evening drive in Denver getting underway with dry skies. I mean, the dry pavement, no issues here, but that may be changing in a big hurry. Up over the elevated terrain, we're actually tracking the potential for some rain and snow tomorrow. Your weather headlines: the severe weather threat will grow across northeastern Colorado into the late evening into the overnight hours. Tomorrow will be cooler with showers for Denver. The severe weather threat for Denver will be lower. And then we're heading into Wednesday, which will be warmer and drier and a little bit calmer. Starting to see some of that moisture coming in from the southwest. When Corey was talking about wind shear, we're talking about winds coming in at the surface from one direction and winds aloft coming in from a different direction. That can add that rotation, that kink, and give those thunderstorms, which contain wind and hail, rotation. And that is what we're tracking across northeastern Colorado tonight. Some of these showers are not making it to the ground. The mid layers of the atmosphere, though, showing the potential for some brief heavy rain, the pea to dime-sized hail that Corey mentioned we may have seen out at DIA, and also the damaging wind potential. They're moving quick into an atmosphere that is moist and unstable off to the north and east of us. So we have a cell outside of Ponderosa Park, one south of Bennett, and one to the south of Keensburg. And this is the area where Corey Reppenhagen is. These cells will be tracking toward the northeast and will grow vertically into the atmosphere and have that potential to drop 2-inch diameter hail, produce 60-mile-per-hour winds, and also produce dangerous tornadoes. And that is in that enhanced view across extreme northeastern Colorado, and that will go late into the night. So the biggest threats, hail and wind, but tornadoes not out of the question.